Here are 5 things that you can do to help soothe and strengthen your intercostal muscles. You know, those deep muscles in our rib cage that are supposed to help us breathe and keep our ribs together. If these muscles are sore from something that you know you did, like maybe you strained them or you used them too heavily, I would recommend first and foremost just resting. You can do alternating heat and cold therapy for about the first 2 days, and then after that I would transition mostly to heat because cold has been shown to slow healing. And then at that point where you're not excruciatingly sore anymore, the next thing that I would do is just deep breathing. That alone is stretching those muscles. And deep breathing without engaging the transverse abdominis, we want this to just be rested deep breathing. If you struggle with connecting to that feeling of expanding your belly as you inhale, one suggestion is to lie down on your stomach. Sometimes it can be easier to push our belly into the floor. On the flip side, something else that you can do is put a pillow underneath you if you're lying on your back, or this would work, you know, on a bed, on a mattress, but something that has a little bit of give so that as you inhale, expanding your rib cage, you can even get that feeling throughout your back. When you're ready to deepen the stretch beyond breathing, I would recommend something like a thoracic opener. Inhaling as we open and exhaling as we close. And now that we've talked about stretching those muscles, I'm going to give you 3 ways that you can strengthen them. The 3 muscles I focus on to help make sure that I'm actively recruiting these intercostal muscles are going to be the serratus anterior, the pectoral muscles, and then thoracic extension through the back. My favorite ways to do this is by using zombie arms. If you've been following my account for a little bit, you've probably seen me doing versions of this. These zombie arms really help get the serratus anterior involved, and if we lift our shoulder blades a little bit further, that gets into our pectoral muscles. I also really like this because it mimics the way our rib cage moves as we breathe. So I inhale, open, expand, exhale, close, contract. Second example of how to use this, you can also just hold it isometrically. So I will often do zombie arms when I'm doing glute bridges like I'm doing here. It does help me feel more stable, and then it's also working those muscles at the same time, because anytime we gently lift the shoulder blades off the floor, we're using that serratus anterior. Another really great way to strengthen the intercostal muscles is doing things in tabletop position, but making sure that we have thoracic extension lifting out of that thoracic spine as we're doing it. You can just do regular tabletop breathing. I like to do this with just tabletop rocking. I'm inhaling back and then I'm exhaling forward, and I'm just slightly tucking my pelvis, really helping to compress things. So really anything you're doing in tabletop or plank, as long as you're just very gently pushing away from the floor by lifting through your thoracic spine, you're gonna be working those intercostal muscles. And always make sure you're breathing properly with your movement. It is so important to make sure you're inhaling and exhaling at the appropriate times. And if you're doing a workout and they're not giving you breathing cues, red flag, red flag.